Welcome back, Cub Scouts. Welcome back. Well, welcome to the Leopard 2A6 build video. This is the beginning. Trying something a little different, trying to be a little more organized. Laid out all the parts on the parts table, formerly a picnic table. But yeah, make it a little easier to find things, keep track of stuff. Got all that out here. You know, all the kit parts you already saw. You saw the upgrades. So we're going to be building it with this awesome King Kong RC aluminum chassis, along with their other choice upgrade parts. And we're going to have, well, it's just the Tamiya Sport Tune. Obviously the Schumo-Kits tensioner system, just for durability. Not for ease of tensioning. It still looks like pain in the butt to tension. But yeah, so we got all those little goodies that we've showed you in the unboxing. There's my bearings. I don't know if I had those at the time of the unboxing video. Little return roller guys, the torsion springs. I'm going to try to do some sort of test to see what is stronger. I figure adding the weight of the chassis being all metal, the swing arms don't matter much. They're, again, mostly unsprung weight. We discussed a little bit of that in my minutia. But yeah, they're not necessarily going to add to the force pushing down on the torsion springs. That's going to be these bits. That's going to be these guys. It's going to be bearings, and I don't know if they weigh. They're about the same as the bushings anyway. Little metal bits there, those little metal guys there. And then we did order quite a few more parts for this. Whatever was available from Ito Armor, from Schumo, I've ordered that stuff. And it really annoyed me, the front, these return rollers, they're fine. Like I said, ABS, not a problem. Sorry about the lighting. I just want to have ones with rubber tires. So I've got more King Kong RC. I ordered their idler wheels because they have rubber tires. We love those rubber tires. So those will be coming soon. Functionally, I mean, a little more durable, I guess. And I just have a thing for the rubber. It sounded odd. So yeah, there we go. Here's all the bits. Obviously some of these bits we're not going to be using, like that perfectly decent looking lower hull. And then some other parts. We got those outdrive braces we're replacing with the King Kong bits. Those are sweet. They're about the same weight as the plastic ones, actually. And then there's a few more bits and pieces in here we won't be using that are getting usurped by upgrades. But yeah, so I got to do some testing here. I want to see what type of screws I need for this, because I gotta get in the manual and see what it says, because I'm sure this plastic self-tapper's involved to go into that plastic lower hull. And I mean, unless they're using machine screws for some crazy reason, I don't know if they are. If I do need the machine screws, just constructive criticism for Hong Kong RC. Your products look beautiful, but if we need machine screws to replace tapping screws, they should be in there. But again, we won't find that out until I start. So let me get at the workbench. Let me get this manual open and take a look at the screws, and I'll be right back. All right, This kit has one of the nicest manuals I've ever seen. They give you a full history of the tank, even including the information that the 2A6 was first commissioned in March of 2001. That's important for me. I need to know when the tank was made, so I can listen to the right music while I'm building it. I can't play it during the videos because copyright. I want to get in trouble. So I'm just looking at things, and then glaring in my face was an addendum to not over-tighten the self-tapping screws from the plastic suspension arm into the plastic, connector for the torsion spring. So these are all aluminum now, and these are very clearly, I don't know, you can barely make it out. They are machine. Looks like M3. Screws. So if we go into our little parts jar of misfit bits and pieces here, we've probably got an M3 floating around somewhere. Let me see. What do I got? Yeah. Okay, so they're definitely M3. So Hong Kong RC. Oh my god, these are beautiful. They're laser etched. Come on. Focus, you son of a diddly. Oh, yeah, I got that word from someone else, so I don't have to curse. But this says V9 on it. Because some of these are unique on the plastic parts things. So, damn, that's a nice touch. Now, Hong Kong RC went through the trouble of laser etching the sprue number onto this bit, yet didn't include the screws. Knowing we'll need them. I mean, I'm assuming they'll know we need them. I'm assuming everything here, like the chassis tub and everything, it's going to be M3s for the most part. So let's get you out of the way. Oh, one thing I also did, when I unboxed for that beautiful table display, I kept every damn staple I could manage, because we're going to have to build some of those grenade launcher, the smoke grenade dischargers with a little chain and the thing. I've experienced that firsthand with the Japanese Type 10. And it's a royal pain in the butt to do, but it really looks awesome when they're done. It's totally worth the work. However, on the Type 10, you then immediately cover them all up with the upper, hull area next to the mantlet, and you don't really see any of the chains anymore. Why? Because Tamiya likes to do things the right way. I get it. I appreciate that. That's why I do Tamiya kits. So now I have the conundrum of and that. Oh, that's for the little wheel axle. So, but yeah. So to get these guys together, I mean, come on, you gotta admit these are pretty sweet. And I'll be honest, compared to ABS, they don't weigh a hell of a lot more. The only thing substantially a little heavier is the chassis tub, being that cast metal, cast aluminum. I'm fairly sure it might be some form of white metal or one of those other zinc alloys of some form potentially. It might actually, yeah, it probably is some sort of cast hard zinc type, Zamac. That might be one of them. So either way, yeah, we found that out. So we got to get all these, and these are countersunk head taper countersunk head hex screws in M3. I don't think I have any of those. I might, but that being that. Basically, I'm going to have to go through this whole thing, and look at all of this. This is just beautiful. They give you all the info on that tank. The history, the evolution, all the different variants that were produced. So, I mean, this stuff we can ignore. I wanted to get the metal final drives from DKLM RC. Unfortunately, they are out of stock currently, and my requests of an ETA for in-stock status have been met with frickin' crickets. DKLM's great. I've ordered from them before. They answer very quickly on Facebook, and if they're not answering, he's kind of like, I don't have a good answer for you, and I don't think he wants to make up an answer and lie, so I think he just doesn't know yet. Over there. And we got our motors here, so we did buy one sport tune. We're going to do the drive motor. Running motor, steering motor. So this one we're going to replace with a sport tuned. I've heard good feedback. These, now, rubber tires, generally speaking, I think every time I've done them, I've been able to just rip the inner out and it came right out. But I don't know. I might have to cut these out. They feel really, really well in there. Andy did some build, something, maybe, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to cut them out. So basically, I got to go through, every time a screw goes into the chassis tub. So here's more. These are 2.6 MB6. Those are self-tappers right there. So those I'm going to need more machine screws. And, oh boy. Again, we got these shouldered long ones going in. Let's just, hold on, I'll be right back. Let me get the chassis tub. I don't know, maybe I'm slightly wrong somewhere, but these are tiny little, I don't know, man. Is it possible they, like, tap these for self-tapping screws in some way, shape, or form? This looks like a 2.6. Well, that's not going anywhere. Nope, nope. Let's try our M3. Oh, a little gritty. I'm sorry, I got my big fat head in the way. Let me get my hex driver here, see what we get. This may slow the build down a little bit if I have to go running around for screws. I don't know. They look to be machine threaded. Let me try this guy right here. I don't know. They're a little gritty. Let me try a different thread size here. This is much smaller. This is a 2.6 millimeter thread, I think. That just falls right in. Yeah, it just falls right in. Yeah, it wiggles right in. So we're most likely looking like it's gonna be M3s. Yeah, it's definitely M3. I might add just a dab of some cutting fluid or anti-seize. So this is gonna be a bit of a stumbling point for us. Okay, well, M3 it is. It's definitely an M3. Okay. So I need a bunch of screws. I'm gonna hunt around. I'll be right back. Oh boy. Remember the 2000s I said that, oh man, this music's bad. I've been listening to, what was that song? Shake a Cocoa Puff, shake it to me now, blah 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 blah, rolling on dubs. Oh my god. Man. I mean, I grew up during the time. I remember that music. Oh god, it's awful. It does not age like a fine wine. What does age well, apparently, is vintage HPI racing parts, because I found some flathead screws, M3x8s. Kit calls for 3x10, but those are tappers, and we're putting these into metal. So we're gonna use our friend the thread lock, and then I cobbled together. I found a few more here, so I got 6 here. I don't know how many I need a lot of them. But I think I can make this work. I think I have the required amount to get these all put together. So we're gonna. Oh man, this bag is dirty. This stuff is old. I mean, this is. Yeah, this was price stamped in December 29th, 2000, back in the day. So. Jeez. All right. Well, and they're all going to be Phillips head, as opposed to hex. And I'd prefer to do the hex. I even found a couple long enough M3s. I'll, to replace the couple that I need. I only need a few. So, it's going to attach the swing arm to the suspension member. And it's going to be a flathead. It is a flathead, so it's not going to stick out. It won't be the little hex hole. I don't really think you're going to see it. I mean, especially when the thing's driving around. If you really started peering in there with a jeweler's loop or whatever, yeah, sure, you'll see it. Okay, so I guess now that we've got that mystery figured out, and that Hong Kong RC should definitely include the required screws, we shall just start building this tank like normal. And to start, we are building the transmission. Oh joy. It's not that hard to do, guys. I mean, if you follow the instructions, it's pretty simple. This is going to be my third one of this particular transmission putting together. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll get the transmission together, and then we will take it from there. All right, BRB. All right, gentlemen. Crisis averted. I did some further searching on my Sonos app for stations. Thankfully, everyone will be relieved. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. I found a 2000s alt station. which is probably more along the lines of what the German kids were probably listening to when this tank was, hey, get into the period, get in the character, man, get in the character. Just not like Heath Ledger. Poor guy. He went a little overboard. Either way, I've gotten jack squat done so far. I've been just, where do I do with my bits? And I got magnetic tray here and here. And, now it's got my needle nails pliers. Either way, I usually just pour everything in the magnetic tray. I'll open up parts bag A and parts bag B. But this guy's got parts from D and F and E and all over the place. The screws from all different parts bags. They didn't really bag the screws in order of assembly quite as well as they did in the past. But either way, I saw a guy on YouTube, another hobby builder. His videos are pretty good. I think I've subscribed. But he took a muffin tin. Oh, do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin... No. So he took the muffin tin, and my clumsy, I would probably hit the edge of that muffin tin, and it would catapult things all over the place, which is why I use the mag trays here. And I don't have, 7 of them. I have 3, but here's the thing. He put the parts bag, labels in the little muffin things, and then poured the little bits. I was like, well, if that muffin pan weighed 6 pounds, and he had it covered in neodymium rare earth magnets to hold things, it would work out probably fine. But what I found was an old Duratrax, hardware box here, and this, it latches shut, not with, it's something. And I just poured them in here, and so this row is for A, for B, for C, for D, and for E. If there's too many parts, I use 2 compartments. Just parts bag B was just loaded to the gills, but then parts bag C, D, E, A didn't have too much. So I repurposed some of these things for ball bearings. These are the ones that came with the kit. Hurrah, Tamiya for giving us, a decent amount of bearings. These are all the extra replacement ball bearings I got to eschew using the garbage. I mean, they're fine. Oil light bushings. We've been using them for years. An RC tank is not a race car. But yeah, that's it. I'm pretty proud of myself here. So between that and I found out one other thing is the motor leads on the tank kit motors are the flat spade connectors, and the motor leads on the Sport Tuned are bullet connectors. Plus the Sport Tuned is a little bigger gauge wire, and it's silicone jacket. It's a little more flexible, so getting these guys off the green is going to be a bear. And I don't know if I have replacement crimp-ons. If I have replacement crimp-on leads, I may just cut these guys off and just crimp some of these on. I got to go digging for that now, too. So again, I'm just giving myself all these extra little side projects because I have to build this tank with, every option part known to the universe. And, as this build progresses, you're going to see more and more and more and more and more option parts coming in because I just went full... you can't say the R word. I went full doofus. Never go full doofus. We don't say the R word. Even though that movie Tropic Thunder was really hilarious. Yeah, so that's what we've been doing for... I've been doing this for a half an hour now. I got nothing done. I'm ready to build differentials. I'm going to go hunt for some spade connectors real quick and just go sidetrack onto another stupid thing I shouldn't be wasting time on. And at that point, then I'll get to actually building, and you'll have some decent footage. But just going through this, hey, it's a build video. It's going to be 14 parts also, 13, whatever. Many, many, many hours of quality entertainment for you and the family of fellow modelers and misfits. All right, be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. We've got my stupid friggin' GoPro app on my phone always screwing up. Okay, got the transmission built. We got the Sport tuned in. I found some crimp-on connectors, and I took the boots off the motor that came with it for the drive motor. We've got these all labeled up correctly. Surprisingly, the label for the drive motor is red and black. Works out well that way. But she's all built. I took my time, because if you don't take your time on this, it's not impossible. But you just have to really be very meticulous about this. Now, after this, we get into bits and pieces where we start to have some aftermarket parts in play, like those the output shaft supports. We got those aftermarket. These road wheels, there's 14 of them. I don't have time for that tonight. Plus we got the idler wheels. These are coming in Monday. These idler wheels from Hong Kong, King Kong RC. I'm sorry, guys. These little arms these are aftermarket. They want us to build the wheel with the arm on it. So I'm gonna have to prime and paint all these arms. This is an aftermarket idler arm we have from Schumo, so we're gonna have to prime and paint that. These guys, whatever, the little suspension doohickeys. And then now we get to the lower chassis tub also. So I'm going to obviously use all the aftermarket Hong Kong RC little arms and all there. And all the little bearings that we ordered. And that looks complicated. This tank has a very high parts count and a lot of unique parts. Like, it's a ton of very unique... I mean, this is V1, V2, V3, V4. I don't know... There's got to be some very slight differences with all those. And then we got our aftermarket return roller setups, and we're going to be doing, you know, the beautiful aluminum King Kong RC, and it's so we got all that going on. And I think I have enough, like, you know, machine screws to get this all put together into the lower hull here. We shall see. But yeah, so we're gonna do that tomorrow night, I guess. It's just, you know, it was fiddly, you know, finding little connectors. I was going through, burning time on that, just so I could have a sport tuned in my tank, which seems like, you know, it's a cool idea. One guy said, you know, he's getting really nice performance, more scale top end than the factory kit motors. Actually, he said on the Leopard A2 2A6, it actually came up pretty close to scale speed with the stock motors, but I'm already going full buffoon on this tank. Might as well go with the sport tuned. That being said, we got and I've got some baby back ribs that I need to go tend to for dinner, and then apparently there's a trip to Dairy Queen in my future, whether I like it or not. Luckily for me, on the way back from Dairy Queen is the place that sells beer. So she'll get her Sunday milkshake thingy, and I'll get some dessert beer. So yeah, okay. Well, I'll get this up tonight as soon as I can. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And my 2000s alternative station, you know, I kind of like when I was doing the 551 Sheridan. I had my Jimi Hendrix and my Led Zeppelin and you know, all that good stuff going. That was pretty good. AC/DC. This is a little different. There's a little more emo, I guess. I don't know. I'm not gonna get emo on you guys. I promise. I'll try not to. But yeah, really, you know, the transmission. It is a complex thing to assemble. But just take your time. Take your time. That's it. That's all I can say. And it's a great transmission. It's fantastic. It's weak point are there's a couple gears. The output gearboxes supposedly can be a little weak. I couldn't get upgrades. And again, I was only going to do it because I'm like, well, I'm upgrading everything else. I don't battle. I don't drive hard. If you're going to really bash this thing, I mean, I'm building this to the nth level of durability as far as a 2A6 can be built, I believe. So it's going to be a tough cookie once I'm done with it. Hell, I might just put an IR system in there, maybe. I don't know. And then I'll just show up and people like, oh no, that's Ian's 2A6. That thing's built like a brick poop house. Yeah, watch out. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to have fun with this. We're going to take our time. We're going to have a lot of videos. We're going to have a lot of good times together. And that's it for this. It's time for some barbecue, people. This is Georgia. You're legally required to cook barbecue during the summer, or at least a few times per year, or else they come and they boot you out of the state, I think. So we're off to do that. Peace out, everybody. Catch you later.